Hey everybody, and I'm back, Mimi with Mimi Storytime. Got a interesting little book here. Stick around after the story to hear an author's note at the end. It's really cool. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's a long note, but it'll give you the gist of something pretty interesting. Anyway, the name is One Chicken Nugget. One chicken nugget. I don't know about you, but if you give me a good chicken nugget, I don't want just one. Want a whole lot. I can't eat as many as this little monster can though. Okay, so One Chicken Nugget it is written and illustrated by the same person, and his name is Tadgh Bentley. Tadgh. It doesn't look like Tig. Tadgh. It's an Irish name. And but he wrote the story and he drew the pictures, so he's a pretty talented guy. So anyway, what can you do with one chicken nugget? We're gonna find out. Okay. Everybody knows monsters love chicken nuggets, but Frank loved them more than most. Think about how much you love your favorite food and then double it again, and then double it again. That's how much Frank loved his nuggets. And here is Frank and his nuggets. He's got his little sauce, he's got his coffee, and he's got his chicken nuggets. And he has a humongous set of horns. Okay, let's find out. Well, really, he loved Celeste's nuggets. Frank could smell those golden wonders from miles away. Celeste is the name of the woman who makes these chicken nuggets. She's got her little food truck there. I just know that Celeste is in for some trouble. Celeste's chicken nuggets had the perfect balance. They had the perfect balance of tender juiciness and crispy crunch. Her dipping sauces were sensational, and her seasonings celestial. That means heavenly. Frank couldn't get enough. Frank is a big monster pig. Something tells me he really loves Celeste chicken nuggets. Okay, but Celeste had had enough of Frank. He was not exactly an ideal customer. He behaved, frankly, like a monster. And monsters are not good for business. So let's look at some of the stuff he's doing. He's done. He eats all the supplies. He has terrible table manners. He has no concept of personal space, which means he doesn't care where he is. He's just going to be all over everybody else. He scares away customers, and he doesn't pay for his food. Poor Celeste. Scaring everybody away. Not paying for his food. Being rude. Bad table manners. I don't like it when people smack. I don't like it when people just don't know how to behave at the table. Okay. So Celeste tried everything she could think of to get rid of him. But nothing worked. She even built a moat. She built a big castle. He jumped right on over it. Poor Celeste. Finally, after he had cleaned out her nuggets yet again, Celeste threw up her hands. Just how many chicken nuggets can you eat? 1,000,000, Frank laughed. No, double 1,000,000. Double that. Celeste slumped. She was out of ideas and out of chicken nuggets. I bet she's going to come up with a plan. Poor Celeste. So she closed up her shop and she drove to the library. She consulted cookbooks and business books. She studied up on marketing and math. She read folklore and literature. Boy, she's really learning a whole bunch of new stuff. And soon she cooked up a new idea. Let's find out. Oh, this is Celeste studying. She was doing some serious homework to try and figure out Frank the Monster. Okay, the next morning, Celeste announced a month-long contest of monstrous proportions. She explained the rules to the gathering crowd. The first day, everyone gets 1 chicken nugget. Each day after that, you have to eat twice as many nuggets as the day before. Easy peasy, crowed Frank. If you can do this for 30 days, you'll win free chicken nuggets for life. I like chicken nuggets, but I don't know if I could eat that many. See, Frank's sitting there. He thinks it's a big old joke. He doesn't think he's going to have any problem whatsoever eating that many chicken nuggets. And this is Celeste's new setup. Those are the rules. Everybody's waiting. It's got a list telling them how many nuggets they have to eat every day. And if they make it, they get free nuggets forever. And so the contest began with a single nugget. Frank dipped his in barbecue sauce, savoring its juicy goodness. Day 1, he gets 1 nugget. Well, I could do that. No problem. Everybody else is starting off with 1 too. After he ate his 1 nugget, he licked each finger, winked at Celeste, and sauntered off. Like he was showing her, ha ha. 1 nugget's not going to stop me. He's even clicking his heels in glee. Okay, so he ate his nugget, he licked his fingers, and away he went. The next day, the number doubled to 2 nuggets. The third day meant 4 nuggets. Some little kids dropped out of the contest after day 5 because that was 16 nuggets. But not Frank. This was barely a morsel for a monster like him. Day 2, 2 nuggets. Day 3, 4. Day 4, 8 nuggets. Day 5, 16 nuggets. That's a lot of nuggets for one person. But Frank was not a person. He's a monster. Some teenagers managed over 500 nuggets on day 10. I cannot imagine eating 500 nuggets. A professional hot dog eater finished more than 1,000 on day 11. He had to eat 1,024 nuggets. And a surprisingly hungry grandmother. Me! A surprisingly hungry grandmother ate 2,000 on day 12. Holy smokes. Day 12. She had to eat 2,048 nuggets. Look at these pictures. So the teenagers did 512. The professional hot dog eater ate over 1,000. And that grandma, Mimi, ate 2,048 chicken nuggets. That's a lot of nuggets. But by day 14, Frank was the only contestant left. He licked his fingers, winked at Celeste, and swaggered off. On day 14, he ate 8,192 nuggets. They were all in a tray. Look what he did. He just picked the tray up and dumped it into his mouth. He did not appreciate those yummy nuggets at all. And look, Celeste is just waiting to see. Each day the crowd grew. Just how many chicken nuggets could one monster eat? How many could Celeste make? A cheer went up when Frank ate his 1,000,000th nugget on day 21. Now that is a lot of nuggets for anyone but a monster like Frank. On day 21, he ate 1,048,576 nuggets. Now they're all on a table. He's just picking the table up and dumping the nuggets in his mouth. Yikes. But all the doubling of the nuggets was beginning to be troubling for Frank. After swallowing over 33 million nuggets, 33 million nuggets, y'all. On day 26, he licked his fingers, winked at Celeste, and tried to swagger off. But frankly, it was more of a stagger, which means he could not walk well. He was too fat and way too full, and probably getting sick of chicken nuggets. See, he's not doing so good there. Okay, on day 29, Frank finally had to admit he was starting to feel a wee bit full. But he still ate every nugget, all 200 million of them, with barbecue sauce. 200 million chicken nuggets. He looks crazy. He looks sick to his stomach. And look, poor Celeste, she's thinking to herself, oh my gosh, he's really going to eat all these nuggets and I'm going to be stuck cooking chicken nuggets for him for the rest of my life. 200 million nuggets. Finally, it was the next day, day 30. 536,870,912 chicken nuggets. That's a lot, even for a monster like Frank. You want to see all those nuggets? There's Celeste. She's out of all the chicken nuggets. Look at that mountain of chicken nuggets. And there's Frank staring at that pile like, uh-oh. He doesn't look too happy. 536,870,912 chicken nuggets. Good heavens. Celeste cooked, and Frank ate. And Celeste cooked, and Frank ate. And she cooked, and Frank ate some more. The crowd was transfixed and a bit frightened. After 300 million nuggets, Frank felt a little movement in his tummy. After 400 million, he felt a rumbling. After 500 million nuggets, Frank's tummy was tumbling. Sounds like somebody's getting a little bit sick to their stomach. 500 million nuggets, y'all. Yeah, he doesn't look so good. But finally, he was just one nugget away from a lifetime of nuggets. Nothing but delicious chicken nuggets forever and ever and ever. He lifted the last crispy morsel to his bread crusted face, and then it happened. Celeste is worried that he's actually going to be able to eat that last nugget. What happened though? If you don't know what that says, it says burp. Frank felt quite a bit better after that. The crowd felt quite a bit worse, and Celeste felt utterly stunned. I think when he burped, all the chicken nuggets went all over the people. Ooh. Celeste felt utterly stunned as the monster dipped the final chicken nugget in the barbecue sauce, gave one last heavy-lidded wink. He's trying, y'all. He's trying to eat all those nuggets. He's got a barrel of sauce. Look at Celeste. She's all worried. She's beside herself. And look at that look on Frank's face. He gave her a bad wink. So he gave her one heavy-lidded wink, and, well, if I could turn the page, handed her the nugget. Even for a monster like Frank, more than 1 trillion chicken nuggets was quite enough for a lifetime. He never wanted to see another nugget ever again. I think he's pretty tired. He's passed out. And Celeste is thrilled, and I don't blame her. He never wanted to see another chicken nugget again. Hot dogs were a different story, though. Uh-oh, he's found something else. And there goes the hot dog truck. I have a feeling he's fixing to be chasing after the truck. Okay, so the author's note. Okay, so the author, Tadgh Bentley, says the story of one chicken nugget has actually been told for centuries in different cultures with a different cast of characters in different versions. Frank has been, in the past, he's been a greedy Raja, a wise king. Celeste has been a clever scholar and a poor villager. The chicken nuggets have generally been rice or wheat, and the original version of the story, the Indian folk tale of Sissa, it's actually, the full name is Sissa Ebn Dahir. In the original story, it dates back thousands of years, involves doubled grains of rice or wheat being placed on the 64 tiles of a chessboard. Now the author talks about a whole bunch of math. Mimi don't do math. At least you don't want me doing math, because it's not going to be right. Unless you're talking 2 plus 2, I can handle that. But when we talk about all this stuff right here, no. So, but anyway, a little bit further down, it says Frank's final stack of nuggets, which contains over 4.5 million gallons of nuggets, is enough to fill a whole cruise ship. If you've never seen a cruise ship, they're big. They're humongous. They're floating cities. They're big. So anyway, he ate a whole lot of chicken nuggets. But I hope you enjoyed this story. I hope you go to bed soon. I hope you are warm and you can rest throughout the night. And when you wake up in the morning, I hope your brains and your bones are renewed and refreshed, and you are ready to have another day with no mistakes in it. That's a quote from a book called Anne of Green Gables, which I might just read one day. It's one of my favorite movies. But anyway, have a wonderful day tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. You should have a wonderful day. In the meantime, I love you, my Silas. From Mimi to my Silas and to everyone else who's watching this story, have a good night.